Is Skyrim too addictive? A growing trend in the past 5 years among game developers and publishers is to use the game world itself as a selling point, touting each and every game as having an immersive, living, breathing and adapting world to get lost in. Now we know as gamers that a lot of this verbal sales pitch is exactly that, an advert, so we expect exaggerations, half-truths and a whole assortment of bolstering through advertising lingo. But what of the games that do provide that sense of immersion? A world where you can be what you want, where you can interact not only with the people who inhabit this land, but also the flora, fauna and the terrain itself. To a lot of people, this is the ideal virtual landscape to insert themselves into to create a perfect escape from the stresses and problems of everyday life. To most people, the escapism that these kinds of video games provide is at worst just harmless fun, and at best a needed self-care activity to help work on mental health, and I for one can definitely see the benefit these games provide. But if we take a step back and look at some of the data that these games provide, it can turn into a rather eye-opening outlook on virtual escapism and the possible dangers. If we take one of the best-selling role-playing games of all time, Skyrim, and delve into some of the statistics of the player base, some worrying numbers about the amount of time people have spent in the virtual world of Skyrim start to appear. I do apologise in advance, this section does contain some maths. Todd Howard stated in an interview with The Guardian that Skyrim has had 60 million total players, millions of whom are still active every month. That means that numbers-wise, almost the entire population of the UK has played Skyrim. Combine this information with the statistics from the Steam platform that say that the average Skyrim player has played for 75 hours, and you get into some rather large numbers very quickly. If we take these in at average, then that means that over 4.5 billion hours of human life has been spent playing Skyrim. If we then process these numbers further, we discover that over 500,000 years have been spent just living in this one virtual world. Now that is a ridiculous number, and that's only in one game. If we added games such as The Witcher 3, Fallout and especially Minecraft, we would find that we have lost millions upon millions of years to these digital worlds. As mentioned above, these are only the averages. Some people may barely have played past the intro, but others will have thousands and thousands of hours invested in these games, to the point of basically living inside a world made up of zeros and ones, with predefined NPC actions and life cycles. Now, this isn't a criticism, or even a one for change. I myself have over 3,000 hours invested across a multitude of Bethesda's worlds. But when they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something, maybe sometimes it might be worth investing that time into something with a bit more of a payoff. But then again, maybe not, who am I to say? To be very honest, a world where you can shout abandoned off the side of a cliff, where you can become the Archmage of a college of magic, or where you can become embroiled in a war between gods, demons and fate itself, can seem a little more exciting than the work, eat, sleep routine of daily life. Or maybe it's just because Skyrim actually has affordable housing.